Oh, we're here and it's not hot.
We're so happy the rains have come.
It's not hot today. Whee!
Oh my gosh, it's been so fun. I can't wait to reveal what you're making.
No one guessed.
No one guessed it. I would have never guessed it if you hadn't told me. I absolutely would never have guessed what you're making tonight.
It is really incredible. And it's perfect for a hot day. I picked it because we've been so hot for so long. I thought, I don't want to bake anything. I'll make the cake because it doesn't bake. And then today we're getting thunderstorms and cloud all day. Not that I'm not grateful.
In like months, the one day.
I think I did it. I did it because I thought I would do a no bake cake. So the weather went, oh, never mind. Oh my God. We've just been inundated with great news today, so I am not going to complain about anything.
It's been a good day. I mean, we did the well-seasoned librarian podcast. Dean Jones, such a nice man. Wow.
Wow.
It was fun. It was fun.
What a fun podcast to do. I'm excited to see how it comes out.
And he totally gets us. Like, it wasn't, a lot of times you do these interviews and it's just kind of like people, they're kind of doing it by rote and whatever. But he was really into what we were doing.
Yeah. And he had watched like a documentary short that David and I did years ago. And I'm like, wow, I didn't know people were still watching that.
He was into our careers, where we're from, our origin story, all the cool stuff. And he really stuck with it, and let us be us, which is really awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool. We're grateful.
So check out his podcast. If you
The well-seasoned librarian.
He is a super foodie, and his group, we feel so appreciative to be a part of his group. I mean, the people he has on there are amazing. We're kind of like, who are we?
I know. We just keep doing that for the last 3 years, like pinching ourselves.
Who are we again?
I don't know.
So
I'm a SAG-AFTRA member.
SAG-AFTRA strong. Yeah, I know, right? Fighting for the every day. The other thing that happened was, oh my God, Cheryl Jameson wrote us the greatest blurb review today. I mean, that was 4-time James Beard Award winner. We were just like, holy crap. And we'll share that with you. We'll share that with you tomorrow.
Yeah.
But it was really cool. It was really cool.
Really cool. Yeah, and we have some other ones, super famous, cool people lined up that are coming down the pipe. I know. Oh my God.
Again, what is happening right now?
I don't know. I'm gonna make a crazy cake. That's what's happening. And oh yes, the Ohio special election is happening tomorrow. So if you're in Ohio, vote no on issue 1. I phone banked yesterday in Ohio, and it was so much fun. I had one guy that said that he had told his whole congregation to vote no. I'm like, yay!
Debrianna is basically a one-woman league of women voters right now. Okay, listen to what she says. If you're from Ohio.
It was so cool. And then this one guy called. He was so funny. He was very belligerent when I called and I said, hi, may I speak with, I don't know what I said, Ronald. And he said, yeah, this is Ronald. Do you know it's Sunday? What are you doing calling on a Sunday? I said, yes, I'm aware it's Sunday. Can I take a moment of your time? And then he went into this whole story about how he had gotten a ballot and could I help him with it? And then he said, I'm really sorry I said that to you at first. And so just FYI, if you're a phone banker like I am, you never know if you can bring people around. You never know. Kind of just hang in there. And he was so great. So
awesome.
Yeah.
One voter at a time.
One at a time. And I know there are people out there like Kelly House who's working it hard, one voter at a time. And, you know, we are so grateful because that's how it's going to happen, people.
That's how it happens. Grassroots effort. 100%.
And one slice of bread at a time, we are going to make a cake, people.
So did you know you can make a cake out of baguette? That's
out of a baguette?
That's the answer to today's question for the show.
Yes. Okay.
Let's make a cake.
I'm going to make a layer cake. A layer cake.
A layer cake. Oh, wow. Okay. I can't wait for this. I'm so
all right. So I have to show you this book I got when I is like a chef's diary kind of thing, all blank pages. I got this when I was 19 years old, from a gift from my dear friend Eileen, who, if any of you see my show, is Ike, the woman who comes in at the end who helped me escape. She gave me this. And the fourth recipe in this, on these pages, is something I wrote down. And it's from the great chefs of Chicago. And if anybody, so apparently I've been watching cooking shows on TV since I was a very young person.
Wow.
And I just wrote it down in here, the directions.
Oh my God, the 19-year-old Debrianna. Wow.
And I've been making this cake for years and stunning people every time I do it. So.
Okay. I could have never thought
it's magical. Well, if you think it through logically, cake is flour, sugar, some kind of leavening agent, and butter, some kind of oil, and that's basically a cake, right? So it could be an egg, that's the leavening and baking powder. In this case, you're taking bread, which is, you know, basically flour, salt, and your leavening agent, which for bread it's yeast. So there's no sugar and no fat. But so what I'm taking is, this is a baguette slice. I sliced off most of the crust, like around the center.
How old is the baguette?
This is a day old. This is day old.
Does it matter?
Yeah, it needs to be a day old. Now, you don't want it crusty like for a breadcrumb, but you do want it to be day old, because the thing with that is it's given up some of its moisture, and then you're going to put the moisture back in the form of butter, sugar, and raspberry juice.
Wow.
And that's what's
going to... crust off. You took the crust off.
Yeah, pretty much most of the crust, yeah. So I took the baguette, and here you'll see I did slices like this. They're about 1/4 inch thick. Okay. And I laid them on the counter for a little while so they got stale. That's basically what they are. They're just stale.
Okay.
And then I have 3 bags of frozen raspberries.
Okay.
That are now no longer frozen. They are all thawed out. And so they have their, you know, the juice and the raspberries are all soft and squishy. And I'm just going to put those in a bowl.
Okay.
Let them drain. And so the interesting thing is the raspberry juice and the butter and the sugar all get absorbed overnight by the bread. And basically it turns into cake. It's like magic.
Okay, you're literally a magician right now. I can't conceive of this happening. I trust you, but
I'm telling you, it is.
I'm kind of a naysayer until I see it.
I know. And until you taste it, like, people flip out over this cake, because when it all comes together, it tastes just like a cake.
Why don't more people know about this? Am I just out of the loop?
I honestly, I don't know. I don't know. It's the coolest thing. I kind of looked for it online just to see if anybody else was still making it. And this one place said they called it a cottage cake, and they put it on their menu, and they were never able to take it off because people loved it so much.
Wow.
So this is my version.
I want to try it.
I know. I'm going to add a couple tablespoons of triple sec to it.
Yeah.
You don't, the thing is, if you, this is not going to cook off. This is not a bakeable cake. So if the alcohol bothers you, just skip that part.
So again, I don't know if we told people this. You don't bake this.
You don't bake this.
Okay, mind blown. Not only is it made out of bread, but you don't bake it.
No, it's perfect for the summer.
Okay. I'm trying to just keep it together.
So I'm going to put a couple of, I have just tiny oranges. So I'm going to do 2 oranges because they're really tiny of lemon zest. Orange zest in here in with the raspberries.
Raspberry and the triple sec. Okay.
And the triple sec, yeah. And I'm just going to stir that up so it all comes together. So these are, they're thawed out, so it's squishy and juicy. See?
And
Squishy.
there's a little water in there because of the.
It's the juice. Yeah.
Resin.
Yeah. It's all the juice.
Frozen
So
juice.
I was so excited that they had, oh, look, how cool is that? A raspberry with a stem.
Aww, that's a real organic raspberry.
They're super cool. So the bread that I got from Trader Joe's was organic French bread. How cool is that? Yes.
So far, you're all organic.
Yes. Okay. So I'm going to set those aside.
Okay.
And the way I'm going to do it, which is different from the great chefs because I'm me.
There you go.
The butter is very soft. You want that definitely room temperature because you're going to spread this all over the bread.
Okay.
So it should be, it has to be soft. Now, in our heat, even though we have a nice cool day, it doesn't take long in the summer. So I'm going to put
a cup of butter.
Yeah, I'm putting in a cup right now.
Okay.
And then I'm going to add an 8-ounce container of mascarpone. And that is also.
I like the sound of that.
I know. It's also super soft.
Okay.
And then I'm going to just beat that together so that it's all mixed, which will take 2 seconds because it's so soft. And I'm going to add just a teeny bit of my homemade vanilla.
Oh, yum.
Which is, if this was a cake, you'd have probably vanilla flavoring in it if it was a white cake, right?
I'm making this tomorrow, by the way. I'm making this.
What?
I'm going to make this tomorrow. If I go out and get some French bread now, it'll be stale by tomorrow.
Yep, it will be. All right, so see, now that all just came together really easily. It's all super soft and mixed up.
Beautiful.
All right, so this is it. This is the super magical part.
Okay. I'm bracing myself.
Springform pan. Okay. If you don't have a springform pan, you can use some kind of casserole pan, but you have to line it with really well with like plastic wrap with it hanging over the edge so that you can lift it out after it's done. But it's just, I find a springform pan much easier.
Okay. So how many springform pans? 2 or
no? Just one.
Just one. Okay.
Yeah, it's just one pan. All right. So what I'm going to do is take a little bit of this butter and mascarpone mixture and spread it around the pan, like here, all around the edge and in the bottom. So I'm just using a rubber spatula to do that.
Okay. Excellent camera work, David.
Oh, thank you.
He's hired.
I'm really getting how to do this.
All right.
I've had what, four years of training now on the job?
And you've been non-union too.
Right.
Working for non-union wages.
Wait. Okay. So now I have some sugar, and I'm going to sprinkle the sugar all around the whole thing.
You mean like line it with sugar and the butter and mascarpone mixture? Okay, got it.
Yeah. And that so basically I'm putting back the sugar and the butter.
Okay.
All right, so now I've got these slices of bread, and I'm gonna put a little bit. You don't have to be like careful about this. Just spread some of the butter and mascarpone on it, and then you're gonna line the side of the pan, like stick the bread.
So the side that doesn't have it goes on what was spread on the pan, and then the side that has it, the side that has it goes toward facing.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, this is whack what you're doing right now. Okay.
I know, isn't it?
I can't even believe what you're doing right now. Okay.
I know. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. And it so works. I'm telling you, it's just the wildest thing ever. You want to like.
David, have you had this? Have you
Yes,
had it?
it's amazing.
And you're totally vouching for this situation.
Absolutely, 100%. This is the way to go, especially in the summer when you have to have cake and you don't want to bake.
Wow.
So good.
Okay.
It's delicious.
I'm going with it. I'm going with it. I'm going with it.
All right, go with it.
Somebody on Facebook is putting magic wand emoji. Oh my God, this is crazy.
I know.
I love it. I love it.
It is. So I'm going to put just a little bit of the raspberry juice on the bottom.
Okay. It already looks
And I'm going to do the same thing.
It already looks like what I would eat for Sunday brunch.
So this, just FYI, this was 2 baguettes.
Okay, 2. I was going to ask you that.
Yeah. So now I'm going to do that same thing. I'm just going to put butter on one side because it's already on the bottom with the raspberries.
Okay.
And line the bottom of the pan.
Okay.
With the butter and the mascarpone.
Wow.
Isn't this crazy?
How can you really go wrong with these ingredients?
Yeah,
I know.
You don't even have to call it cake. You're just smearing butter all over bread and raspberries.
Buttery cream.
I don't care what it's called.
Yeah, right. And raspberry and sugar.
Who's not going to love it? I don't know.
I guess the part of my brain that doesn't accept it is going, oh, is this going to be like French toast or something? Or
no.
What is happening? Okay.
I know. It's so crazy.
Okay.
So you don't have to be perfect about it. Just fill in the cracks a little bit.
Okay.
And then, so now I'm going to add a little more sugar to the bread.
Okay.
On top. You know, you can be generous with the sugar because nothing has sugar in it.
And it's not going to be baked.
No, it is going to sit in the refrigerator with weights on top and until it all smashes down.
Wow.
Now
are you sure David Copperfield's not going to come by later?
yeah. So now I'm going to fill about a half a cup or maybe a cup of raspberries on the top.
Okay.
Like this with all the juice. And then I'm going to put a little sugar on the top of that because these have nothing in it. You know, these are just sugar-free.
Right.
And then I'm going to do the same thing. Smear it on one side, and you want to smear it on the other side now because this is going to go down.
This one has both sides.
Yep.
Okay. Is this the top of it?
Not yet. I think I'll get 2 layers off of this.
So this is where the layers come from. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. And so then the only thing you have to do, this is, you know what was the coolest thing? We're just having so much serendip. Well, I'm meeting some friends on Wednesday, and I thought, oh, I'll bring a cake to the party. And then, you know, it's just our usual once a month cocktail thing. And then somebody wrote today, it's one of the girls' birthday, can someone bring a cake? I'm like, I'm making a cake.
Oh, they're never going to believe this.
I know, right?
They're never going to believe this.
I know. It's crazy. It's crazy. But I'm telling you, it's the most awesome cake, and everybody flips out. It really is magical. And we've been talking about magic all morning.
It's kind of been magic is afoot. That is for sure.
Magic is afoot. Yes. So I'm just going I'm going to stuff like a couple of little pieces in the corners. You know, butter and mascarpone on there. Shove it in the corners. Now I'm going to sugar the top.
I have questions at the end when you're done.
Oh, you can ask me questions now. I can talk.
Well, I don't want to confuse people, but okay, all right. Here's a couple of questions. Could you use, like, say, apricots for this or some other fruit component?
You could, but it has to be super juicy.
Has to be juicy. Okay.
Yeah, it has to be super juicy because the juice is gonna get absorbed in there. So you might have to, if you did that, you'd have to add. Because see how juicy these are.
Yeah, they're just their own coulis kind of deal.
Yeah, and so if you did, strawberries don't quite. These were, and that's why it's important to use the frozen ones.
Okay.
Because it adds that it automatically makes enough juice. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, got it. Yeah. I'm just wondering, like, blueberries, other berries, other fruit, but
you could probably use blueberries. They probably are pretty juicy. But sometimes they have those mixed berry ones.
Sometimes right now with the peaches in the height of the peach season, they're really ripe and juicy. Peaches.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just throwing it out there. Okay. Other question. Could you use a different type of bread other than a baguette?
Yeah, you could. I think I would guess any kind of bread really would work. I think the flavor of this kind of bread is really good. Like, but if you had like Italian bread or something like that. Right. The thing about, can you see like the holes in the bread?
Yes.
You know what I mean? It really absorbs.
That's important.
Yeah.
Important. Okay.
In this case, it's really important.
So you only made it with French bread. When you make it successfully, it's always been with French bread.
Yeah, I just always use French bread.
Okay.
I think I've used, or some kind of bread that's like that.
Okay.
But they have the baguettes at Trader Joe's are so wonderful.
All right.
So the other thing is I saved all the bread end, like from what I shaved off, which is right here.
Yeah.
Because
Of course you did.
Because I'm gonna put that. I'm putting it in the blender and I'm gonna make breadcrumbs.
I knew it. Of course you did. I knew it.
Yeah. So this is just like all pushed in. You can see.
Wow.
There. And now I'm going to put like a little more sugar on the top.
Squish it all down. Okay, it's like a puzzle.
Yep. And then I'm going to put a little more of the raspberries on the top. Okay. So it's probably going to take just about all of it.
And that's the top layer.
And that's the top layer.
Okay.
Yep, it will take. So I did 3 bags of raspberries, and about not quite 2 baguettes, but so if you have leftover, again, it doesn't matter. You can, just use all that later. Okay, so here's that.
Wow.
And that was basically 2 sticks of butter and 1 container of 8-ounce container of mascarpone.
How much sugar about?
Oh God. It's probably going to end up being about 1.5 cups, maybe.
Okay.
But, this is kind of eyeball-y. All right, so now what I'm going to do is...
It's not cookbook ready.
It's not cookbook ready, Julia. So I'm going to pour all the juice on it because you want to get all that juice in there. And then I'm going to cover the top with plastic wrap. Okay. Put a dish on top with weights on it, like a couple of giant cans of tomatoes or something.
The same size as the top of that. So it sinks down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put it in the refrigerator, and I usually set it on another plate in case any of the juice leaks through. It doesn't leak all over your refrigerator.
Okay.
And then tomorrow, it should be in the refrigerator for at least 6 hours. I think overnight is best.
Okay.
So what happens is the weights press down the bread into the juices and into the butter, and it all absorbs into the bread, which essentially is cake.
And you don't have to cook it.
And there's no baking. So when I take it off, I usually cover mine with serve it with not too sweet whipped cream and some fresh raspberries.
Wow.
And it will blow your mind. It's so delicious.
Take pictures. I want to make this. This sounds so good.
You do want to make this. You do.
I will make it. I will make it. I will make it.
You do.
Oh my God.
It is so much fun to share this with people.
That's what this whole setup is going to look like that goes in the fridge so we do it right.
What's that?
Will you show us what the whole setup is going to look like to go in the fridge?
Yeah, let me do it. So, I have this stretch tight saran wrap.
These cans?
Sure, that's fine. And I'm going to cover the top with saran wrap like this. And I'm also going to put a piece around the bottom, just to help in case it leaks. My springform pan is not as, probably so many years of use, not as tight as it could be. You know what I mean? The fit. So
Are you telling me what you want for Christmas right now?
I could be. So this is around a 8.5 inch pan. So see, it's all wrapped, top and bottom. Okay. And I'm going to put it on a plate, and then I'm going to put another plate on top.
Wow.
No, the big one. The big one.
A smaller plate, or
it could be this one. Yeah, just one that fits.
Okay, it's going to smush it down.
Yeah,
it
won't put quite down. You want to put one that will sit kind of in the middle, like that. Yeah, this one. See, this one's pretty small.
Plate.
Yeah, that will sit there. And then I have these 2 giant cans of tomatoes.
Perfect. Okay, and that's going to go
in the refrigerator
overnight. That's the setup, folks. MacGyver.
That's
it. Okay. Italian MacGyver.
So you'll see that it starts to sink down. It'll compress.
Wow.
But it's actually layers, and you're actually like putting chemically back in exactly what you would pretty much do if you made a cake. Butter, sugar, a leavening agent, flour, and then the berries.
But you don't have to bake it because you don't have raw eggs. Is that why?
No, you have the leavening agent is already, when you made the bread, there was yeast in it.
So it already cooked.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Who made this up originally? Who made this up? I'm right here.
Like I said, I saw it on The Great Chefs of Chicago 1,000 million years ago because I'm old. And I've never seen it since.
Wow.
It's going in the fridge. David's putting it in.
Okay, bye, cake.
Bye. Now I'm going to do a little...
Will you cut through it when you take a photo of it so we can see what it looks like?
I will. I'm not going to do that till Wednesday because it's going to the party, but I will.
Or just take a video.
Meanwhile, I'm going to dip my bread in the mascarpone and butter and the raspberry juice and just eat it.
There you go. There's dinner.
Because you know what? That alone is delicious.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to see a video of you like biting into it and eating it and the reaction.
Yeah. I want to take a video of my friends when I bring it to the party because I'm telling you, it blows people's minds.
You really should. That's fabulous. Thank you. Bravo.
Yeah, oh, you're welcome. So exciting. I'm so excited to share it.
That looks so fun. I can't wait.
Delicious. So thank you everyone for hanging out with us and sharing our really good day. We still have our fundraiser up because yes, we still need a publicist and we still need to do the book.
And we still are traveling. So if you have not donated, please consider it. If you enjoy what we bring to you every day, practically. And it's so easy. You just go to GoFundMe.com and you put in the title of our book, That Time We Ate Our Feelings, which, when we do these interviews now, it's so funny because we don't really have a log line for the book because the title is it.
Yeah.
It's all in one.
It is.
But yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for supporting us. We really appreciate you.
Yeah. And try this cake. Anyone can do it. See,
Yeah.
you don't even have to be a baker.
Try it. It's like foolproof. Okay. Try it and then post it. I'm going to try it and I'm going to post it in the next 48 hours. So I'm
Awesome.
Yeah. So anyway, have a great Monday night. It's a new week. Last week was tough.
Yeah. Well, it's indictment week. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you guys next week.